Hey y'all, how's it going? I wanted to talk today about why genetic identity matters. I talk about this a lot. I just did a wonderful presentation at AKA Adoption Knowledge Affiliates, and so I just wanted to share with you all a little bit about my presentation. Um, of course, being someone with a DNA surprise, genetic identity rights matter to me. They're near and dear to my heart. There's four main reasons why genetic identity rights matter. The first one is identity and sense of self. We all need to know who we are from birth. If we're being raised by non-genetic parents and we don't know it, we don't have genetic mirroring and we wonder what's wrong with us. DNA matters, and I'll talk about that in a second. The other thing is knowing your cultural or familial roots, right? I mean, I had a huge ethnicity surprise, and a lot of people do when they do an over-the-counter DNA test. So we need to know who we are from birth. Finally, of course, not finally, third one, physical and mental health is super important. Knowing your genetic identity is important for identity development and your mental health. It's also important to have your medical history. People sometimes say to me, oh, well, you should know, you don't need to know your medical history because you're walking around with your DNA. But a genetic counselor will tell you that while our technology has advanced a lot, we do need to know our medical history information because that informs what we do understand about our DNA. So if I carry a marker for a disease, the genetic counselors need to know if that's shown up in my family history or not. We just don't have the technology to solely make those decisions based on DNA. If you like my shirt, Run DNA, I got it at the Genetic Counselors Conference. And then finally, knowing your genetic relative is important for genetic mirroring, but also so you don't date a close relative. Now, some of you may have attended our webinar that we did with Robert Plowman, who wrote DNA Blueprint, about why genetic identity matters. He has the data to back up the information and stories that I've heard you all tell me over the last 4 years. We talk about synchronicities, and the DNA data shows why we have those synchronicities, why we like the same color as our genetic family, why we have the same food tastes, same professional habits. 50% of your intelligence comes from your DNA. 60% of your personality comes from your DNA. Dr. Plowman likes to say parentage doesn't matter, but it does make a difference. And I think that's true, meaning who raises you. Your environment is fully impacted by your genetic identity. Your genetic identity dictates how you create your environment. The impacts from the environment you grow up in are actually from random environmental acts and not your close environment that you are raised in. So of course parents matter in the sense of your physical and mental sense of self, right? They help you to feel good and help you to be a functioning adult in society. But who you are and what you like comes from your DNA. And this is why genetic identity matters.